Welcome back, everybody. So now that you have your background completed, it's time to start adding in other layers of interest to your background design. So for me, one of the things that I like to do, I like to include kind of a simple, larger background and then start layering in other things on top of it. So for like these circles, I've kind of finished this half a little bit more and I left this half a little bit open. I just took a circle template and I used my micron pen because I know it's waterproof to go through and add in just some basic circles. Usually remember, groups of odd numbers tend to be more visually pleasing than groups of even numbers. And then you can kind of see on this other side, I started adding in more details after that. Now this part is entirely up to you. You can add interest in layers with stripes. You can add it with a basic shape. You could have, I don't know, you could have like Among Us characters running around back and forth. You could have more writing. You could use one of the little templates, whatever you want. But it's just kind of adding in another simple layer of interest. And again, like I just, I went through and I added in all these circles. And then to add another little bit of interest, I divided up my space. And then what I did after that was I added in these straight lines using a different kind of pen. These kind of pens I think are really fun too. They're not waterproof though, like the micron pens are. So like on this one here, this pink line originally started out as one of these pens, but it was purple. But when I put the clear tar gel over the top, it activated the ink and changed it into this kind of halo-y pink. And you know what? At some point, that is totally fine. Like being okay with it changing and adapting as you go. But so once I just took a straight edge, I actually just used that same template, but I used the straight edge and I added in some lines. And then you can see on the lines, I kind of like widened them out a little bit. I just added in a little swoosh like that I filled in, and then I followed along the outside of the line, and then I just added in a little series of dots all the way around. So I did that in a, similar-ish color to the background because I've got so many blues and greens. I continued with that just because I wanted it to stay kind of as a background bit. And then I used another color of that pen to add in these little details in here. So it was just, drawing a little circle in there. Now that's using some of the micron pens and some of the Staedtler pens. Now this part right here, I used a stencil. So I put my stencil, it doesn't matter, on here. And you can kind of see where I started adding in. Now for the stencils, I was using Prismacolor pencil. You can use any kind of pencil, but it's just literally laying it on top and making sure it's all nice and matched up. And then I just colored in the inside. Now these ones over here, I've already blended with a blender a little bit, and you can see I didn't cover the whole thing. I just kind of chose strategic areas to put it. So as you're adding on more layers, I did circles, I did lines, I did the dots, I kind of widened the lines a little bit, I added in the little circles in there, and I added in the stencil layer as well. So like that right there is 6 layers, although it didn't take me super long to do it. So spend a lot of time kind of adding stuff in, layering things up. Remember, odd numbers of things are great. And if you want it to kind of blend in with the background and stay as a background at this point, you can. If you want to use more flashy colors, you can. But if you use similar colors, it'll stay kind of as a neutral background. All right, thanks everybody. Have fun.